In Mexico and good evening, New Zealand. I'm happy to welcome you at a very special ceremony of the 61st International Mathematical Olympiad. Well, this is a special ceremony because unfortunately we're only on the other side of the screens, but we're all together. It's a great tradition, and we will go through all the ceremony even though you can only see me on your computer or telephone. But there's one more thing, there's a chat. I have right here this telephone where all your messages will come. You know that the situation with COVID is still hard in all the countries, including Russia. That's why we will do it today virtually. Nevertheless, there are no boundaries for mathematics. And you will see all the participants from all the countries and territories. You will have a chance to see all the things that will wait for you on the Olympiad. By the way, if you haven't sent the link to your parents or to your friends, please do it right now. And I am in Saint Petersburg, Russia, in the great building and welcoming walls of the Herzen University. Now, I would like to give the floor to the Minister of Education of Russian Federation.
Уважаемые друзья, поздравляю вас с открытием 61-й Международной математической Олимпиады. Первая такая Олимпиада прошла в 1959 году в Румынии, и тогда в ней принимали участие представители всего 7 стран. Сейчас же в ней соревнуются интеллектуалы из более чем 100 стран, и это замечательно. Россия принимает математическую Олимпиаду в 5-й раз. И если раньше гости приезжали в Москву, то сейчас впервые мировой математической столицы на ближайшую неделю стал Санкт-Петербург. Также пройдет Олимпиада впервые дистанционно. Мне самому в школе особенно нравилась математика. И потом преподавать я начал именно ее. Мне всегда было важно и приятно видеть, как мои ученики находят решение сложных для них задач и радуются этому. Поэтому сейчас представляю ваше волнение и то, как переживают за вас ваши педагоги. Подготовка к Олимпиаде и достойное выступление на ней требует от каждого из вас высокого уровня ответственности, способности ориентироваться в незнакомой обстановке, быстро оценивать новую информацию, умение сконцентрироваться на поставленной задаче, готовность оперативно принимать решения в стрессовой ситуации. Вы серьезно подготовились к интеллектуальному соревнованию. Теперь главное – верить в свои силы. От всей души желаю каждому участнику Олимпиады раскрыть в полной мере свои творческие возможности. И пусть не только на Олимпиаде, но всегда и во всем вам сопутствует успех. Не останавливайтесь на достигнутом. Дерзайте и стремитесь к новым вершинам. Больших вам побед!
So now we're back to our studio. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Roman, and let's stay in touch. I have already received several messages from you. Let me name those who are with us already. Fans from Brazil actively support their team. Fans from China wish a good evening for everyone who's watching us. Hello, China. Our Portugal friends wishes good luck for all the participants of Olympiad Games. I was in Portugal 2 years ago. Marvelous country, fantastic. Now, there's no Olympiad if there are no participants and teams. Those who will compete, those who will fight for the names, for the titles, to be the best in mathematics. This year, of course, we also will introduce all the teams and we'll have the parade of teams, of course, virtual. Before we start, I have an interesting fact for you. Now you will see the flag of International Mathematical Olympiad. Guess why there are 5 colors, just like on the flag of the Olympiad Games. Many of you would say it's because it represents 5 pieces of the world, 5 parts of the world. But that's not true. We have special story for you, because these 5 colors, we can name them: green, black, yellow, let me see, yes, and red. Again, green, blue, black, red, and yellow on the white background. And they stay there because there's not a single flag on the earth that would not have one of these colors. I would also like to introduce you with my good colleague, Alexandra, who is now in the city, will prove this story and give you a chance to meet Saint Petersburg. Alexandra?
Hi Roma, and hello everybody. I guess that we can start with the green color, because now I'm standing at the Palace Square, and you should know that it's the main and the most beautiful square in Saint Petersburg. Also, you can see the green building stands behind me. It's the Winter Palace. Was the time when this place was a home for all the Russian emperors, but now the worldwide known museum, the Hermitage, is located here. Its collection is so large that if you'd like to watch all the exhibits of this museum, you should spend 11 years to do it. So, the Palace Square and the Hermitage Museum are 2 most valuable sightseeing of St. Petersburg, if you'd like to start viewing our city.
I'm Aslan Mahir.
I'm Ryan Jamil.
I'm Adnan Sadiq. Hi, I'm Shamadash. Hi, I'm Ittihad. I'm Baruf Hassan Rubab. And we are team Bangladesh. Bulgaria! Hungary. Islamic Republic of Iran. Ireland! Italia! Dos, tres. México. Nigeria. Cinco, quatro, três, Portugal! Algeria! You're a mathematician.
Greeting you from Saudi Arabia.
Best wishes.
So we're back to the studio, and it's amazing. I've just talked about Portugal, and we've seen them in this block of teams. I would also like to welcome Armenia, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, all the countries. We keep receiving these messages. The last one here is good morning for the people from Argentina. Good morning, Argentina, but so that you know it's really live, I will take a look at my watch. So it's 3:10 here in St. Petersburg in the Herzen University. You can put in the chat what time is in your country now. We continue with an important person from St. Petersburg, from our city. We're very happy to receive the Olympiad this year. And now I would give the floor to the governor of Saint Petersburg, Alexander Beglov.
Рад приветствовать всех вас, участников 61-й Международной математической Олимпиады. За эти годы Россия 4 раза становилась местом проведения этого престижного турнира. Впервые Международную математическую Олимпиаду принимает Петербург. Это большая честь для нашего города, который славится своей математической школой. В Санкт-Петербургском университете совместно с Международным математическим институтом имени Леонарда Эллера создан научный центр мирового уровня по математике. Ученики физико-математических школ города неоднократно становились победителями престижных интеллектуальных турниров. В прошлом году петербургские старшеклассники в составе сборной России завоевали золотые и серебряные медали Международной математической Олимпиады. В 2022 году наш город станет математической столицей мира. Генеральная ассамблея Международного математического союза выбрала Петербург местом проведения Международного конгресса математиков. В развитии города мы взяли курс на экономику знаний. И здесь не обойтись без математики, которая считается основой царицей всех наук. Математика сокращает расстояния, объединяет народы и континенты, позволяет людям говорить на одном языке. В этом году Международная математическая Олимпиада проходит дистанционно. Юные математики более чем из 100 стран мира будут выполнять задания дома. А современные технологии, которые подарила нам математика, позволят всем быть на связи. Уверен, 61-я Международная математическая Олимпиада станет настоящим праздником интеллекта. Желаю вам успехов и удачи в решении самых сложных задач как в математике, так и в жизни.
So I hope at some point everyone will get a chance to be in St. Petersburg and get to know this wonderful, wonderful city. If you want to know special places of St. Petersburg, one is our subway. It's extremely deep because we have the river in the middle of the city, and the average depth of our subway is 57 meters. Now, my colleague Alexandra is down there on the red line and is ready to tell us more. Alexandra?
Now I'm standing at the Mayakovskaya subway station. It was named after the great Russian author, and all the guests of our city are absolutely keen on about this place, because there is unusual gates mechanism. Some people call it like the car is
Еще ее называют
Just take a
горизонтальный
look how
лифт.
it works.
When
Посмотрите,
the
как она
train is
работает.
arriving the
Поезд
station, the gate in
останавливается
the
таким
station
образом,
and the gate in
что
the train
положение
opens all together at the same time. So it provides more safety for everyone who is boarding the train.
The red interior at the Mayakovskaya subway station, which is located in the red line of subway, it's the best setup to continuation of our parade.
Costa Rica. Hi everyone, we are Georgia. Greetings from Indonesia. Bersatu kita teguh, bercerai kita rukun. L A B B I A Latvia. Peru. Slovenia! Switzerland! Greece! Tunisia! Greetings from
Cradle.
of civilizations. Turkey.
Today, truly, mathematics is ruling the world. Amazing to look all the countries going through on this parade. And a couple more from the chats, your, let's say, hello letters. You say, hi, good evening from Philippines. Good luck to all participants. One spectator wants to know the answer. Where is Serbia? Serbia is with us anyway, for sure. Do anyone have any idea which country is hosting 62nd International Mathematical Olympiad next year? That's the top secret. We don't know yet. You can send us your versions. Perhaps there will be the right answer, which we will only know much later. Paraguay, 8:11, early morning. Have a coffee, Paraguay. That's a good time for coffee. We are still introducing you to Saint Petersburg and Saint Petersburg to you, and have a special video about mathematics and Saint Petersburg. Please.
This is the boat of Peter the Great, also known as the grandfather of the Russian Navy. It is one of the symbols of Saint Petersburg. And this is Peter himself during the Great Embassy in European countries. He was determined to carry out fundamental reforms in the country, and he basically created a new state, the Russian Empire. Alongside with the new empire, Peter built a new capital. Saint Petersburg became a so-called window to Europe, a city with a Western lifestyle, with facades like in the Netherlands and canals like in Venice. But how did Peter manage to build all of this without living in the period of scientific progress? That's right. He had invited those who were able to start it in his country, the best minds of enlightened Europe. Together with the world-famous architects, the best mathematicians of the time came to St. Petersburg. Daniel and Nicholas Bernoulli, Christian Goldbeck, Jacob Hermann and many others. These gave rise to the first Academy of Science, which quickly gained great popularity among the scientific community as it provided favorable conditions for scientific pursuits. The most famous member of the Academy was Leonhard Euler, who was invited by Bernoulli, and he arrived in 1727. The range of his work is impressive, from graph theory, series theory, differential equations to optics, astronomy and other things. Here, his research determined the course of the world of mathematics and laid the foundation of Euler path of the St. Petersburg School of Mathematics. The next leap in the development of mathematics and science in general that took place in St. Petersburg is associated with the reign of Catherine the Great. In the second half of the 18th century, on her initiative, many military and engineering universities were opened. These allowed future engineers to have erected unprecedented monuments of architecture, and the military to have won the war, having been in Paris. Since then, science has only grown. The first mathematical schools were created. Math students discover new theorems and equations. The Russian Empire becomes a true superpower. But time changed cities, people, and countries. In 1934, the first Soviet Olympiad in mathematics takes place in Leningrad. Since then, it was held there every year, with only one exception. The Siege of Leningrad, which began on September the 8th, 1941. The country needed new technologies, so all the attention was given to the defense industry. Vladimir Fok, together with other members of the university department, complied ballistic tables. A group of scientists, including Kantorovich, was calculating the strength of ice on the lake Ladoga to determine if the food trucks could cross the lake safely. The war brought enormous damage to the science in Leningrad. The Pulkovo Observatory was almost completely destroyed. Many scientists have died. But right after the war, the mathematical life in the city began to recover, thanks to the great enthusiasm of the people. There was now a demand for new discoveries in the country in such fields as space exploration, manufacturing and the military. In 1960, many mathematical schools were founded, whose graduates are members of the mathematical community today. Many of them are the Fields Medal laureates, the most prestigious mathematical prize in the world. Grigory Pellerman proved the Poincare conjecture, which is currently the only millennium problem that is solved. Stanislav Smirnov proved the conformal invariance of two-dimensional percolation and the Eisen model in statistical physics. And just like you, they are former participants of international mathematics Olympiads. This means that among you, future winners of international awards are present.
Dear friends, welcome to the International Mathematical Olympiad 2020. I love mathematics. Not only it's one of the most useful inventions of the humankind, having numerous applications, it's also very beautiful. I discovered this beauty when I was your age, solving mathematical problems and participating in mathematical Olympiads. So I hope very much that you enjoy the beauty of the problems you are about to solve, and I wish you the best of luck. Even if you don't solve some of them, don't despair. The main reason for International Mathematical Olympiads is to celebrate this beauty and to bring you closer to our science. I was very lucky that I became a research mathematician and I see this beauty every day. I hope some of you too will become scientists and maybe I'll meet you at the conferences. But even those of you who will move into other fields, I'm sure mathematics will be with you always. The only regret I have that I can't welcome you personally to some.
Well, I can say thank you, Stanislav, and you had a chance to see how much in common we have with mathematics. It's the city where so many kids start to study it very, very early, even in the kindergarten, I must confess. Now, I have to remind you that we have Instagram story. So right now on the screen you can see the account, and please join us there as well. And let's go back to the flag. It's the moment when we have already passed the green and the red. It means we're coming to the middle. It's almost the half, and it's time to meet the blue color. And let's find out what in our city is linked to the blue color. And again, I pass the floor to Sasha. Sasha?
Several places are responsible for the blue color in Saint Petersburg. All of them have the same name, and its name is Smolny. It's the historical museum and the cathedral. Also, the government of Saint Petersburg is located here. But in the past, it was the first institute of noble maidens in the world, and children which didn't reach 6 years old had to enter and study at the institute for 12 years. Also, their parents had to put their signature on the document that claimed that they won't take away their children from the institute, rain or shine. Just take a look that all the walls here are celestial blue, and now we are ready to continue introducing our participants.
We are the team from the United Kingdom.
United States of America.
So we're back to Herzl University. This is, by the way, the place where future teachers of mathematics are prepared. They're educated here and then go to the world. All the world is with us. We've just seen Paraguay, Costa Rica, Slovakia, and Thailand. But I'm not in the Thailand. I'm in the rainy Saint Petersburg. Right here on the screen, I can see that what are you sending? You're sending go, go, Brazil, Uruguay, Brazil. Oh, so many from Brazil. But it's time to go back to the traditions. And every time that Olympiad takes place, there is a famous Jeff Smith, the president of the International Mathematical Olympiad. And before I give the floor to the Jeff, I would like to say that this year, Jeff has decided to do the virtual tour of St. Petersburg. One plus is obviously that you do not need to take an umbrella with you, because usually in St. Petersburg, it's quite possible to meet the rain on the street. But just like Jeff decided, this week you have a chance to have a virtual tour in St. Petersburg, and whenever you are, you will enjoy all the beauty of the city. And now I give the floor to the Jeff Smith.
Hello, welcome to IMO 2020, which is organized by, but not exactly in, St. Petersburg. So the global health emergency has caused us to improvise. When the IMO board was set up in about 1980, its primary purpose, its most important task, was to make sure that there's an IMO every year. So there was never any possibility that we would not have an IMO this this year. There will be over 130 examination centres around the world, and huge numbers of people will be involved in delivering the contest. I hope very much that you enjoy it, and I know that there's going to be a very interesting social program after the exams are over. Now think about the people around the world who will be sitting this contest with you. Think about the poor people of New Zealand. There, the contestants will have to start the exam at 7:30 in the evening, and they won't finish until midnight their time. And at the other end of the world, in the Americas, there are many countries there that will have to get up very, very early and start the IMO paper at 7 o'clock in the morning. All this to make sure that no student begins an exam after another has finished. So in fact, there will be continuous IMO activity all over the planet for 9 hours. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a wonderful event. See you on the other side.
Somebody has just sent this note. Jeff looks like Santa Claus. So the question is, who is going to get the present this year? And what else we have? Go Team Peru. Hi from Ghana. Good luck, Tommy, Indonesian team. All the world is here with us. We are still in Saint Petersburg. When I was a student, I worked as a guide. I love my city, and it's quite amazing today to have another chance to introduce the city to all the wonderful audience that I can only imagine on the other side of the screen. If you go to the very center of St. Petersburg, you definitely meet the Kazan Cathedral. It's a wonderful building in the very heart of the city. And there, as you go by the colonnade, you see a great black, that's important, black gates. Now, the other part of the story is from Alexandra. Alexandra.
The world-famous Santa Maria del Fiore Cathedral is located in the center of Florence, and the most interesting thing in this building is the gate. Italian sculptor Lorenzo Ghibizzi has been working in this masterpiece for 27 years, and after the half of the century it was so attractive to imagination of artist and sculptor Michelangelo that he liked to call this the Gates of Paradise. Although the Santa Maria del Fiore Cathedral is located so far from the north capital of Russia, everyone who lives in Saint Petersburg or every guest of our city has a golden opportunity to enjoy exact copy of this gate every time when he comes to the Kazan Cathedral.
We are Amos, Olivier, and Ria, Mark, Millet,
Rahana,
Timothy, Dumel, Amir, Kalidas, Moluki Likutili,
Botswana.
Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
Germany.
Germany.
Uruguay.
South Africa. Syria.
Hello from Tanzania.
Kenya.
Hello from Trinidad and Tobago.
So back to the live in Herzen University. Now join us in the Instagram. Right now on the screen you will see the proper link. So many ask why you don't have a mask. I do have a mask to go outside, but if I have it on now, you won't see my smile, and that won't be good. This year, Saint Petersburg, Russia, and the Herzen University are welcoming the 61st International Mathematical Olympiad. And now I give the floor to the rector of the Herzen University, Sergei Bogdanov.
Глубоко уважаемые коллеги, дорогие друзья, сегодня мы переживаем удивительный момент, в котором как никогда соединились прошлое, настоящее и будущее. Прошлое, потому что с вашей помощью мы продолжаем замечательную традицию, сложившуюся много-много лет назад. Традицию очень важную для нашего коллективного существования – проведение международных математических олимпиад для школьников по математике. Сегодняшнее, потому что благодаря вам мы преодолеваем те сложности, которые возникли в результате общего вызова, в результате пандемии. Мы впервые проводим эту Олимпиаду замечательную в таком формате.
Present because thanks to you we're able to overcome all the challenges of the present day. Today we're faced up with the pandemics, but we do not give up and we put all the efforts to make it happen.
И мы должны это обязательно сделать, потому что это нужно и для каждого из вас, для счастливого будущего каждого из вас, и для нашего общего коллективного существования.
And we have to do that because it's going to contribute to the good of the society as a whole. It's a great contribution on your part and a part of the whole society.
Ну и, наконец, из прекрасного прошлого, которое мы вместе сохраняем, и трудного, но верного настоящего, обязательно должно случиться прекрасное будущее. Я надеюсь, что Международная Олимпиада по математике для школьников будет всегда. И очень надеюсь, что вы еще сможете увидеть наш прекрасный город своими глазами, а не через экран. Успехов вам, здоровья, счастья. Будьте счастливы. Успехов на Олимпиаде.
So we are combining our past, our present, and now we are on the right track to get to the bright future. I hope that the International Mathematical Olympiad is there to stay, and we will continue this nice tradition. I hope that you will have an opportunity to come to our great city and to see it in person rather than through the screen.
Успехов.
Good luck. I wish you every success.
Спасибо. And now we continue, and there's one more color that we need to match. It's the yellow. We now go to one of the tallest buildings in our city, a great cathedral. It's also the place where the city started, actually. More than 300 years ago, this Peter and Paul fortress was the first place to be called Saint Petersburg. Now, I give the floor to Alexandra. Sasha.
You're absolutely right, cause the Peter and Paul Cathedral was the highest point of St. Petersburg for a long time, cause its height reaches around 122 meters. Also, you can see the beautiful figure of angel is in the top of the building. It's a golden weather rain, and citizens of St. Petersburg consider that it's the patron saint of the city. So, the Peter and Paul Cathedral was the first building in St. Petersburg. That's why there is a museum in the top of Russian emperors here. The place was chosen up is not by chance, cause the Peter and Paul fortress was built by Peter the Great during the North War. So, I'd like to introduce the final group of the participants from this place.
Saludos desde el corazón de Sudamérica.
Bolivia. Bosnia y Herzegovina. Brasil.
Colombia.
Colombia.
Kazakhstan.
Hi everyone, we're from Malaysia.
Hey, Moldova.
Mabuhay! We are Team Philippines! España!
Sweden.
Venezuela.
Hello everybody, this is our Vietnamese team. We are one and we are one team. Hello, xin chào.
Ayrton studio, and now I'm not alone here. I've got the Russian team live. They came to greet you, and I have a chance to introduce great boys to the world. Hello, everyone. Hello. You can just say hello. And also, it's the moment when Sasha managed to come to the studio after all this long trip. Sasha, hello. Are you cold?
I'm so glad to see you today, cause today the weather is rainy, a little bit nasty and windy, and you should know that autumn is not the best time for walking in Saint Petersburg.
We should say any time is great if you think to come to St. Petersburg. I'm sure that people who are fans of mathematics, they do not care about weather. I just have this thought. Now let's meet members of Russian team. What is your name?
Danila.
Alexei.
Daniel.
Your side?
Maxim. Anton. Ivan.
Okay, and there is a tradition before the beginning of Olympiad to give the oath. And of course, today it will also happen. And right now, I pass the floor to the member of Russian team.
In the name of all the participants, I promise that as we take part in this International Mathematical Olympiad, we will respect and abide by the rules which govern it. We commit ourselves to the honest product, to the honest conduct of the true spirit of fair play, for the glory of mathematics and honor of our teams.
Thank you. You can see it's live. It's not that we've done it many times. It's happening right now. It's what, 3:45 on my watches, and the guys are here. Let us ask just a few questions. What is your favorite number?
42.
42. You go?
Could you please tell us, secret, what is the specialty food for mathematics?
Chocolate, obviously.
Oh, that's a great one that chocolate helps you to know this.
There was a question before in the chat where the 62nd Olympiad will take place. We don't know yet, but I have a question. What country you would like to visit for the next Olympiad?
Of course, Russia.
Of course, Russia. We'll see if there is such a chance. We don't know. Now, what is the age when you first heard about mathematics? That's your question, yes? 7 years. Did you enjoy that 7 years? Of course. Thank you.
So what do you think about the most mathematical place in Saint Petersburg? What do you think about it?
I think there are most mathematical places in Saint Petersburg, but I choose university in which I want to.
The university, the
great
place where he
one.
studies, naturally. Okay, thank you very much, and we tell you good luck, even though maybe in mathematics it's not so much luck, but the knowledge. Well, Sasha, we can do a few steps forward, and we should say that all the good things end at some point, and this ceremony is coming to the end. I still want to say that I wish all the luck to all the countries. It was so touching to see wonderful smiling faces and great people from the world of math today on our Teams Parade.
Because you prepared a lot and the time is now.
So, very soon on the 28th we will meet again, and by that point we will know who is the best this year. And now we, Alexandra and Roman, are saying goodbye and good luck. Bye-bye.